Funerals are meant to honor the dead, but this one? It almost buried the entire family's reputation along with the corpse. On the day they were supposed to say goodbye to their father, secrets crawled out of the coffin. Drugs were mistaken for medicine, a naked man climbed onto the roof, and a blackmailer ended up inside the casket. This is the chaotic, unbelievable story of Death at a Funeral, 2010, where grief turns into pure disaster. Aaron stood nervously in front of the mirror, rehearsing his father's eulogy. He wanted to sound strong and dignified, but deep down, he felt overshadowed. His younger brother Ryan was a successful author living a glamorous life, while Aaron stayed home caring for their parents. Even today, Aaron felt invisible. Guests began arriving at the family house. Tension quietly brewed between Aaron and Ryan as old sibling rivalry resurfaced. Meanwhile, their cousin Elaine arrived with her fiancé Oscar. Nervous about meeting her judgmental father, Oscar asked Elaine for something to calm his nerves. He was given pills he believed were Valium, but they were actually powerful hallucinogens. Before the service could even begin, disaster struck. When the funeral director delivered the coffin, Aaron opened it to identify the body, and it wasn't his father. After panic and confusion, the correct body was finally delivered. The embarrassment had only just begun. Then a small, confident man named Frank approached Aaron privately. Frank revealed shocking photographs, pictures of himself and Aaron's late father in an intimate relationship. Frank claimed he had been the father's secret boyfriend. He demanded money to keep the secret hidden. Aaron panicked and brought Ryan into the situation. Instead of paying Frank immediately, the brothers decided to stall him. Afraid Frank would expose everything, they tied him up and locked him in an upstairs bedroom to keep him quiet until they could figure out what to do. Upstairs, Oscar's condition worsened as the drugs kicked in. He started hallucinating, sweating, and acting erratic. At one point, he knocked over the coffin during his episode, sending Aaron's father's body crashing to the floor in front of horrified guests. Things escalated further when Oscar climbed onto the roof completely naked, screaming about seeing angels and freedom. Back upstairs, while tension built, the brothers tried to calm Frank down. In an attempt to sedate him, they accidentally gave him the same hallucinogenic drug Oscar had taken, mistaking it for Valium. Shortly after, Frank stopped moving. Panic filled the room. They believed he had died. Terrified of police involvement and public scandal, the brothers made a desperate decision. While Oscar was still causing chaos on the roof, they carried Frank downstairs and secretly placed his lifeless body inside their father's coffin, closing the lid quickly before anyone noticed. The guests returned inside to restart the ceremony. Aaron stood up to finally deliver the eulogy. His voice shook as he began reading the heartfelt words he had prepared. Then the coffin started shaking. At first, they tried to ignore it, but the movement grew stronger. The guests gasped. They opened the coffin. Frank suddenly burst upright, alive. Screams erupted across the room. As they tried to restrain him again, the photographs of Frank and Aaron's father slipped from Aaron's pocket and fell onto the floor. Aaron's mother saw them. Silence. The secret was out. Aaron, overwhelmed and humiliated, finally snapped. He shouted for everyone to sit down. With nothing left to hide, he admitted the truth. He confessed that his father wasn't perfect. He wasn't flawless. He had secrets, but he was still human. He was still loved. The speech shifted the mood. The tension slowly dissolved. What started as chaos turned into uncomfortable acceptance. The ceremony ended. Later, Ryan told Aaron he would send him his new manuscript, a small gesture of brotherly respect before leaving with a young woman he had been flirting with. Aaron reunited with his wife, who casually revealed she had given one of the uncles the Valium, the same drugs that caused all the madness. Aaron already knew the truth about the pills. In the final scene, the uncle is seen still on the roof, completely out of his mind from the drugs. The funeral was over, but no one would ever forget it.